Seaman Sprouse. Hi, top of the morning.
USS Constellation. There's a grand lady in Baltimore who has taken her rightful place as the Inner Harbor's crown jewel in the heart of the Chesapeake Bay. The ship you see here, the sloop of war Constellation, was built at the Gosport Navy Yard in Portsmouth, Virginia, and launched in 1854. A newspaper account from the day of her launch reported that there were 8 pieces of the original frigate Constellation contained within her timbers. But it's the sloop of war Constellation that's here in Baltimore today, and the Chesapeake Bay has always been central to her story.
Hi kids, and I'm Captain Baltimore, and I'm upon the USS Constellation. And here we have our friend,
Able Seaman Sprouse.
Able Seaman Sprouse, and she's going to tell us a little more about the U.S. Constellation.
She was launched into the water in 1854. Our tours have been growing great aboard here. We have several tours, especially for kids under 18. We have a powder monkey tour. It's a walking tour of the entire ship. You can put your kids to work, teach them about bracing the yards, turning the capstan, talking about what they food be eating. They can try out the hammocks. It's an entire walking tour of the ship.
Thank you. This reminds me very much of my ship. I'd like to welcome you all to come and see it. I'm on the USS Constellation. I want you to come on down and have fun, all boys and girls upon the ship.
With the Children's Corner. I'm here at Port Discovery today with a bunch of my friends from the Children's Corner.
Welcome back. We are here with Ashley Barnett from Port Discovery. And Ashley, can you tell us some more about Port Discovery?
Yeah, absolutely. So Port Discovery, it's an interactive educational children's museum that's located right here in the Inner Harbor. It's 3 floors. We have a 3-story urban treehouse that kids and parents can climb that has entry and exits on every floor. And then throughout the floor exhibits that are focused on children from birth to age 10. So there's something a little bit for everybody. We have our Tot Trails that is one of our newer exhibits that really focuses on the theme of Maryland, and it's focused more towards more infants to 2, where they can climb around. We have crab decorations. They can play in the sandbox, catch butterflies, things like that. We also have our Wonder of Water exhibits, where kids can learn about different buoyancies and how things float. We have a pipe building station where they can make their own fountains. You can play water instruments.
Wow.
There is something for everybody in all ages, and even we get parents that really do still enjoy climbing that house.
Definitely.
The tree house.
So it's very interactive. Do you see that certain age groups are interacting more than others, or are there certain exhibits that kind of draw in the crowd?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So our Miss P's exhibit is geared toward our older crowd, and then our adventure expeditions, it's our Egyptian exhibit. So a lot of the times it is the older kids, or 10 or older, who come in, and through that exhibit it takes you different through Egypt, and you have to search for different symbols to find the hidden pharaoh. So that is geared to our older crowd. And but we, like I said, we also have the Tot Trails, which is for our younger crowd, and we also have Tiny's Diner. We have a Royal Farms convenience store that is really popular, where kids can pretend to be the cashier and kind of shop for their healthy foods. It really focuses on making healthy choices in a convenient world. So, there are different exhibits that focus on different age groups, but you'll find something in there for all different age groups.
That's cool. Tell me more about this treehouse that adults can fit in.
So that's one of our most popular parts of the museum. You can enter and exit on any level, any of the 3 levels, and then we have a big slide that takes you right down to the first floor. There's bridges and ropes and a bunch of different activities that you can do. You can climb, there's a rock wall, and you know, kids can climb on their own, but if parents feel more comfortable, they can climb with them as well. So, you know, you can climb to the very top and just kind of oversee everything. So it is, and it's very center of the museum. So you are surrounded by, you know, all the different exhibits as you climb to the top, and you can get on and off at every floor. So you can get on, you know, climb at the first floor, go to the second floor, explore the exhibits, get back on, climb to the third, and then get back off, and you know, take the slide all the way down.
Perfect. So we're going to take a quick break real quick, and we'll be right back.
Okay, everybody, Steve and I are going to go inside of Tot Trails. It's the exhibit for toddlers, infants and toddlers, and it's modeled after the terrain of Maryland. So you're going to see the sand dunes, you're going to see the mountains, you're going to see everything when you go inside here, and it's just so much fun.
And all in one small spot?
All in one small spot. You hardly have to use any gas. Come on.
All right, let's go.
Well, right here we have our black-eyed Susan, which is our Maryland state flower, and if you tiptoe over here, we have a place to put our shoes, and this is where that happens, all the activities for the non-mobile babies. There's mirrors to look, and we have all kinds of interesting things in the tidal pond. And we have some signage that's really neat in this space for the parents. For instance, over here it says tidal pools. Growing, smiling, rolling, wiggling too are things that babies like to do. Help your baby bond with you playing games like peekaboo. And throughout the entire exhibit are all kinds of little prompts like that of what to do with your child. And so you'll see we have lots of really beautiful things, and our new edition of the sea turtle. Our little sea turtle, he's really cute, and there's lots of really neat toys in this space. We have receptacles to put dirty toys in so that they're getting washed frequently because small children mouth things. And if you move over this way, we have the emerging mobility activity, and what it is, it's supposed to be the sand dunes. Pull up, stand tall, walk or crawl. Toddlers try to do them all. So when you come in here, the kids have bumps and different little areas and little places to peek in while they're crawling, and also learning how to pick themselves up. So it's a very exciting space for our littlest visitors. Now, if you're a nursing mom, we have a wonderful reading space that's really calm and a place to just kind of get away. Sit down here and have a look to find what's new in a picture book. See the color in the page. Reading's fun at every age. Right on the other side of the reading wall, you can come on into the digging area where kids can experiment with sand. Sand, water, they're all the things, the natural elements that children love to use. And in this space, they get to use shovels and pails, and there's little step-ups and all kinds of fun things for the children to experience. Now, off we go, Steve. Come on, we're going to the mountains.
Laura, where are we going?
The mountain
All
trail.
right, the mountain trail.
But first, we have our projection pond. And in this pond, you can step in it, reacts to the children.
Oh my goodness.
So you can come in this space. This is my favorite. You get to
Wow.
play inside of our leaf
We can do
pile.
leaves? Oh,
Yes,
yeah, that
isn't it
works.
great?
That works.
And it changes to all of the seasons and all of the scapes of Maryland.
I wish I could clean my yard of leaves.
I
this easily.
know. Can you
just kind of
imagine?
wipe
So let's move on.
Steve is actually having fun.
I'm having a good time. Yeah, see, I'm just a big kid at heart right here. Oh, I guess we're out of leaves.
So now,
Okay.
follow me. Come on, Steve. Up the mountain and down the side. In the tunnel, you can hide.
Okay.
And here we go. All different places for children to climb, surprises to find, and you can go up the mountain path. And this is great because it allows for physical activity of kid works, except in a more controlled environment for our littlest visitors. Practicing steps, maybe peeking down on their friends down below.
It's going to help me get in shape for Tibet next year.
There you go. I've been to Tibet. Okay. And then the grand finale. Right now, I have a butterfly garden at my house.
Right.
Here. We have a butterfly lunch, so you push the button, and here they come. Catch the butterflies! And this is a real favorite with the littles.
I can imagine.
Isn't it great? 1, 2, 3.
Yay!
Woo! There go all the leaves.
How does that work? How does
Isn't it
that
great? Well,
work?
there's a projection screen up there. The projection
Right, but
screen's
this-
here, and it brings it
this
down, and
right
it's all a
there's a,
sensor. This this is another good one with the koi. If you see the fish,
Right.
you can chase them.
Oh, and I can move that flower.
Yes.
We'll be gone in a minute.
Move that. Can I step on a lily pad? Yeah. Okay.
We are back with Ashley, and she's here from Port Discovery. You have a special friend here with us today. Can you tell us more about him?
Absolutely. So this is Curious George, and he is from our current traveling exhibit that we have at the museum. So it's called Curious George, Let's Get Curious, and it features, a bunch of different activities that we've grown up with over the years, that we've become accustomed to in George's books and in the popular television shows. So going into this exhibit, you're really introduced into this curious monkey's little world. And there's lots to do. So we have George's apartment building where he lives with the man in the yellow hat, and throughout that different activity you can help George window wash, you can experiment with shadow and shapes, and you can make hand puppets. And then we also have a construction zone where kids can pretend to be architects. They can build their own buildings, and then we have a little conveyor belt, and then they can use different blocks to make their structure that they designed. We have a produce market where they can weigh things, really concentrate on their math skills. And we also have the city park where you can relax and take a picture with a life-size George. The exhibit really focuses on that STEM learning, which is your science, technology, engineering, and math. So it's really focused on that, which is really great, especially since school has just started back up.
Right.
So it's a great way to have fun, and children have they have a natural curiosity. So this is a great way for them to have fun while learning and not necessarily knowing it.
It's pretty cool because everything that you just described, it's a day-long, adventure that they can go on and learn all these different things that will help them. Okay, so I remember Curious George when I was a kid, but for those who aren't familiar with them, can you tell us more?
Yeah, absolutely. So Curious George, we all know him from those popular children's books and television series. And even within the exhibit, we do have a museum within the museum that pretty much tells the backstory of Curious George and how his authors escaped from France during World War II and really essentially saved the script of Curious George. So, other than having that fun time, you can also learn about his background a little bit. And
go to the Port Discovery Museum and see the Curious George exhibit, and we'll be right back.
use them like the Panama Canal. And then we have an Archimedes screw, which is really exciting. It's what they used to use
wet and your mom can't get mad at you. It is fun.
It is fun. And guess what? And before you say goodbye, push this button and you get dry. I know, then you never leave here wet.
I think that's a perfect
It's wonderful, and there's aprons and Crocs so that the kids don't leave here dry. And we always recommend that parents bring some extra clothes just in case it's winter.
Those are good.
No, it's not a bubble bath. It's a bubble machine, and we can get inside, and we'll lift it up. I can't do it. Woo! And you keep putting this in. There's a little reservoir, and it has bubble solution in it. Why don't you give a pull, baby? You'll be better at it. There were some real experts.
I'm try my hand.
Oh, he's got it! Look! Go fast! Go fast! Good work! And you can do it too when you come to Port Discovery.
Taking a short break right now. With all that dancing with Laura, she really wore me out. So I've got to rest up before we see the rest of Port Discovery Children's Museum. Stay with us.
It looks like it's gonna be sunny in the hundreds. In 120 degrees in Egypt. 2,000 years ago, it was, guess what temperature it was? 100 and almost 200 degrees. Hi, I'm Chief Leatherman. Do you want to know what it was like 2,000 years ago in Egypt? We're going on a great adventure today. Come on with me. Wow, look at all this great stuff in here. We're deep inside the Egyptian cave. There are many treasures to be found. Come along with me. There are many great adventures here. Look at all the treasures that can be found here. Wow, there are so many things to be found here. We could be rich if we could find some. We could have a maybe we could find one today. This is an amazing place. There are all kinds of mysteries everywhere you turn. You should come down to Port Discovery and check out the Egyptian worlds. I'm Richie Rich, adventure and explore. Join me at Port Discovery, big adventures. We can be rich. We're about to cross the Nile River. The only thing we need to watch out for is crocodiles. Join me in my trip ever been in this part, because they never crossed the Nile River. Well, that's it for today, folks. See you next time.
Welcome back. We are here with Ashley Barnett from Port Discovery. What are some of the other exhibits that are at the museum right now?
So some of the other exhibits that we have are our permanent exhibits, which are the Oasis, which is our pretty much like our quiet area where you can go and read a book. We have our Circle Time program there, as well as our Mother Goose and Loose, really designated for those younger children, 6 and under. We have one of our newer exhibits is our Kick It Up soccer field. It is a soccer field that you can, play soccer and be active. It really is, encouraging kids to be active. You can, score goals. You can ride simulated skateboards, and we have our extra games. Which is kind of like our Dance Dance Revolution. We also host like our parachute games in that area. So right now we have the Curious George Let's Get Curious exhibit until February, and the exhibit really touches on the sparking the natural curiosity of children, and it's really focused on your science, your math, and engineering. For example, we have mini golf where kids can go through 3 holes and they can use bumpers and pipes and really kind of engineer their own way. Experiment with how hard can they hit the ball, where will it bounce to, and how can they get it from point A to point B. So really using your physics and your engineering and those kind of skills. And so the Curious George Let's Get Curious exhibit is here until February, but obviously we have a lot to offer right now. So come in whenever you get a chance.
Well, there you have it. Go to the Port Discovery Museum and see the Curious George exhibit.
Come on, everybody, come move your body and kick it up. I dance, and it's really fun. This is Kick It Up. It's our newest
So come aboard USS Constellation. And while you're here in Baltimore, be sure to visit these other attractions of the Chesapeake Bay Gateways Network. The Baltimore Visitor Center, a good place to start your tour of this historic city and region. The National Aquarium on Pier 3 near the USS Constellation Museum. The Lightship Chesapeake and 7-Foot Knoll Lighthouse, both part of the Baltimore Maritime Museum. So welcome aboard USS Constellation and enjoy your visit to the historic sites of the Chesapeake Bay Gateways Network.